Hi, I'm Kim Edelston from FamilyBusiness.org and the Entrepreneurship and Innovation Exchange. And I'm delighted to be here today with Stephen Mould and Lisa Lazure. Stephen is the co-founder of Flint Flame, here are their beautiful products, and Lisa is the head of corporate partnerships. So why don't you start by telling me a little bit about how you got started in this business?
Well, that's a good story to tell you. I would moved to America in 2008, and I was working in a casino business in Atlantic City, and a chance encounter with my cousin, who is my business partner, and talking about my future and where I intended going. And he asked me to come and move to Florida, which wasn't a difficult decision from New Jersey, to get into business with him. And I started as like a lot of guys do. Despite the fact it was my second career, I'm already well into my 40s at this point, as a salesman. Turns out I have some genuine ability. Succeeded to the point where in the end we decided to develop our own range of knives. I was working for a third-party knife company. We developed this range of knives, and from that we have Flint Flame and Rhineland cutlery, which we'll talk about today.
So right away, the chefs loved the knives.
Yeah. Well, they're a piece of art. That's what
Yes.
I said when I met him. I said, these belong in a museum. They are stunning.
Stephen, why don't you pick one up and show us? So what's unique? They're obviously gorgeous.
Yeah, this is our 18th Santoku. This is one probably more popular than the most with chefs. Incidentally, this is the one that's most popular with consumers. I think essentially because it's a little bit smaller. But if I just leave that on the table here, this is our 18th Santoku, and it was developed, as I say, nearly 7 years ago now, down in Florida with my business partner, who's also my cousin. We're hugely proud of the fact that we're a family business, which is great. It also means we have, like a lot of small business, you approach business a little bit differently as a family business versus a corporate entity.
You know, it's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
But then you're actually, because of the way it's designed, you're making a chef's job easier.
Correct.
And, literally less painful.
Correct. And that's why chefs like them. Now, the value in that, to me, as a small business, trying to compete with some pretty big companies and also just trying to gain some traction in the market, is that chefs love the knives. I've managed to develop some really nice, positive, friendly, genuine relationships.
How did you do that? How did you get these in the hands of these chefs to get them to try it, to use it, and maybe even switch brand loyalty to your Flint Flame?
It's a little bit of cheek, passion, belief in your product. I mean, I totally believe in these knives, and I'm not a chef, as we know. I'm an ex-police officer from back in the day.
So you know knives.
So I know knives from the sharp end sometimes, but so it's just a case of having the confidence to approach a chef. Talent are often well protected and guarded, and I had to just be bold and confident and believe in my product, and then there's a strength of my personality I think helps as well, and I've grown to genuinely be very fond of all the chefs that endorse us. They've become personal friends, they're coming to our wedding. I mean, there's lots of aspects of obtaining this kind of endorsement from chefs that is very enhancing for our lives in general. So it's a win-win.
It's the perfect focus group because I think one of the things that's important about the size of a family business, while it has an international reach, it's still very small. So the company can be very nimble and very agile and be able to take comments and feedback and listen and make improvements, whereas bigger companies that are kind of down the road with what they're doing, they'll bring out a new product, but it can't change as much as we have the ability to adapt.
We're a smaller oil tanker, and I think that's absolutely right what Lisa's saying there, because we are nimble. It's a word you've used a couple of times the last few days, and I like that. We are nimble, we can respond, because this kind of feedback, and it's not just from chefs, customer reviews, customer endorsement. I know a lot of businesses now, as soon as you buy something, you get an email, please tell us what you think about product, which is great, and then occasionally you'll see on a website, Mr. P from Wisconsin said such and such and such and such. Well, I tend, because I'm customer facing a lot of my time, physically at food festivals, wine festivals, these events, consumer events around the nation, I meet repeat customers an awful lot. And then when a customer walks to me and says, hey, I bought your knife last year, by the way, it's fantastic, it's the best knife I've ever had, which happens, believe me, all the time. I will, again, having that confidence, strength of personality, and a little bit of cheekiness. So, can I just video you saying that? And where that has some real traction is when consumers are making the buying decision, particularly the big set, for example. It's an investment. They will often pull out cell phones. So social media can be as helpful as it can be a challenge. But if a customer Googles the business, looks on my YouTube page, and they'll see this genuine, authentic, repetitive feedback. So this is over a period of time. So having that genuine, authentic customer endorsement on social media, because we can speak instantly to customers now.
That's excellent advice. So you're willing to actually, if you hear someone giving you a compliment, you actually ask them, can I either record it, or I'm assuming other people could also, other entrepreneurs could say, can I use that quote? And then I assume it's on your website, correct? And then you also have a YouTube channel where that's really, really nice, and it helps build, you use the word legitimacy. What are the next steps? So things you're struggling with, any kind of advice you have, especially because it's impressive.
Listening, I think, to any feedback you get. I know people are always quick to maybe give advice, but I think listening and being able to take that on board constructively, I think has helped us maybe shift some of what we do. Also, getting advice, you might think a sector of an industry might be a sure fit for you, but the time and effort that go into that might not be as productive and effective and yield the results that you need. So you would reference weddings, and this is a gorgeous wedding gift, but from a volume standpoint, we might be better doing 300 pieces for a golf tournament than just one 20-piece set for weddings. So when it's just us and which sectors and where we're introducing that, looking at, I guess, the reach and also what's the best fit as well.
That brings us back to time management, because there's only so much as a small business, and I'm sure other small business members will relate to this. There's only so much
many hours in the
day, and you can spend a lot of time, as I say, trying to develop a wedding gift registry, whereas going for some of the more low-hanging fruit might be a better, sensible use of your time. I think the biggest challenge or the biggest opportunity going forward, we've harvested every customer's data and having email campaigns from the database.
So you always collect, when someone buys something from you, you always collect their contact information.
Correct.
And I think that's important.
And it's for the warranty as well on the product, because we have a warranty on our product. So it actually is, it works both ways, because they need to share that, and then we communicate with them and ask if we can outreach to them, and by and far everybody says
they nearly all opt in. The opt-in ratio is very high.
Now I have to ask you this, that's really important, the warranty. Does that take some of the risk away of the customer who's kind of, I think this is nice, it's expensive. Well, listen, we have, what's your warranty?
We offer a lifetime warranty, which under American law.
Generous warranty.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does that help people? Do you think that
without
helps
question.
build legitimacy more?
But again, to be legitimate and to be authentic, because you have to be seen to honour it. And now once or twice, when there's all businesses, even I often say even Rolls-Royce have a customer product return department. I maintain a no quibble approach to warranty, so long as I'm satisfied. Customers are very quick. They ask you if they have an issue, and if you don't respond promptly, customers can quite easily throw you under the bus, and quite rightly so. So we respond very quickly, very positively, and whenever possible, we resolve the issue pretty much straight away. And I think that speaks volumes for the integrity of our business. And that then gets shared. If that gets shared on social media, then that's almost, not that you want your product to let you down, but if you resolve the customer's issue quickly to the point where the customer goes on Facebook or Instagram and say, wow, the guys down there are awesome, they sent me a new knife, and all I had to do was send them a picture.
It shows you stand behind your product.
Correct.
The business and the way we look after people converts them. So where
to
they
lifelong customers?
So
you can actually take an instant where maybe someone initially wasn't sure, wasn't happy, but you want to make sure they're 100% satisfied, and hopefully turn them into lifelong.
Well, Stephen always says exceed expectations, but
that's my mantra.
That extra mile that we can do to give us a chance as a small business, but a family business, to to have that faith in us